Well, I can't find Honey. I bought a cabinet when Mom and I went to town this morning at Goodwill. I got home and told Levi to help me bring it in. Which you have to remember, Honey's been here for a long time now, so I don't know what she would have done, but she went out with us. And I had to prop the door open to bring the cabinet in. And then I just started cleaning the laundry room and putting the cabinet where I wanted it in the laundry room. And I assumed that she had come in with us, back in with us. And I don't know what made me realize she wasn't in there. I went to move I had a basket of clothes. I'm looking all out here to see if I can see her anywhere. I had a basket of clothes to fold. And sometimes she lays on the couch right there on the love seat where I always lay. And that's where that basket was. So I went and sort of looked behind the basket thinking, there she is. Dadgum. Honey, where have you been? Honey, where were you? What's wrong, baby? Where were you? You made Mama nervous. Where have you been? Now I can sigh of relief. She's been found. But she didn't come back in with us, and I was looking all over the house, and Levi's no help in finding an animal. We had a storm here last night. Look at this back deck. I got to get my blower out. And I don't know where that came from. That was out there in my chicken coop. It's one of them holds your bait, or maybe it holds fish. After you catch them, you can drop it down the water. I don't know, but I don't know why it was out there in my chicken coop. I'm going to go out and feed up. And then there's some packages I need to open, let Levi open when I get in the house. I think one of them's heavy and sounds like dog food or cat food. I don't know. Cat food is wonderful to get. That's a surprise and a blessing all at the same time, because with all these stray cats, that's that mama cat right there. It keeps having babies. I can't get close to her to catch her. I tried to catch her in a cage, and that didn't work either. That's one of her babies. That's a boy. And I think this is the other boy. I feel like they'll run off one day. Boy cats just run off. They go off looking for girl cats. That all of my girl cats are fixed except for their mama. If I could catch her, I'd have her fixed. But I can't catch her. So we tried the live trap thing. It didn't work with her. So I don't know. She's smart. She's street smart. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go out and check the baby chicks. That storm came. That one early this morning was a little bit out of I wasn't expecting it. It's like I woke up and heard all that racket. Look at this. I don't get it. That's so weird. Okay, this fence right here, that used to go, instead of stopping right there at the corner, it went all the way and touched the fence over there, just straight across. And this all over here was my backyard. And when my chicken yard was in here, this fence was here. It went down, and that one over there went that way, and this one went this way, and my chickens had a chicken yard. But from here on down, still this was all fence right here, all the way over there to that fence over there. And this was just all out. It was just open. There was no gate to get out here or anything. Because I always kept like my fence lines mowed on the outside of the fence also. So when I wanted to mow out here, which there was no garden, there was no back gate, that fence was not here. That fence went down there. It wasn't that fence. It's actually all of this to lead up to something else, but I just wanted to give y'all a little bit of so you can see what I mean. The old original fence line is up in all of that mess. All of that sticker mess right there. See that fence? That corner post right there. That's literally, that wasn't leaned like that. I pushed that against it because that fence was wanting to pull in this way. But there's a corner, like an H brace, and then the corner. But it went all the way down. And years ago, when I was a little girl, there was a gate. It may have been between these two trees. Between that tree and this tree. I don't know. But the gate, that fence went on down and touched the fence. And that fence going back that way, even though it's been redone, was the original fence. But it wasn't anything here. This was to a piece of, like back behind my grandpa and behind Debbie's house. That was the property that they was given when Debbie and her husband first got married. They were given all this property right here where Tony's house sits, all the way up to her old house that flooded. And this was her back fence line. So that fence went down, touched that fence, and went that way. And that was all hers. Now, I've bought that from her. This was all part of Nanny and Pawpaw's, what they kept. And I would be standing basically a little bit like in their back pasture right here. And all the way over to that gate fence line right there on the other side of the chicken yard. But when I got it, and I got chickens, I fixed all that to make that a chicken yard. But this was still open pasture. But it has St. Augustine all through it. What I was fixing to say was, look at that. In the chicken yard, for some reason, it grows like a hayfield. But all over here, it's St. Augustine. There's just a few little shoots, and you probably can't see them on camera. There's a few little shoots of bahia every now and then. And it doesn't make any sense to me because all of this was all at one time just pasture. I would be standing in what was a pasture when I was a little girl, and Mama, Nanny, and Pawpaw had all this. This was all theirs. So I don't know why just this fence line going up right here would change the way the grass grows. Bahia, St. Augustine. It's so weird. Doesn't make any sense. But I still have like an anxiety. Like an anxiety attack 'cause I couldn't find Honey. I feel like that's still in my mind, like I gotta find her again. I'm still looking for her. I'm not. She's right there in the shade. Whew, praise God. Anyway, that storm came in last night. I wasn't expecting it. Well, it was actually early this morning. Y'all see them running around in there. Look at that little tall duck. They're so cute. Anyway, I guess I'm going to get these fed. I'm going to check my garden. Big Red, what you waiting for, baby? Waiting to eat? And he's so pretty. I've got to call that man I met at the feed store. He's going to take them two roosters. He's going to take them two. And no, he's got the green legs. I was gonna keep him and Big Red. There's another one somewhere that looks like him, I guess. And oh, there he is. He's laying out there in that grass. Can y'all see him? I wonder what he's doing. That's weird. Hope he's not hurt. I might have to go check him. So that man's gonna come get these two and him out there. And I'm gonna keep Big Red and him. And then I'm going to clip their wings. I'm going to stop letting them free range as much as they do. I'm going to clip their wings and put them back in their chicken yard. And they're just going to have to, that's where they're going to have to live. Because the eggs are everywhere. She just flopped down to sun. When they're sunning, they look like they've been injured. Something just got them. I want to show y'all too something out here. With all this rain we've gotten, you can't hardly tell it, but it's probably going to make my legs nasty, my feet. No, let me come out without y'all fighting me. Hi, baby. Can I please come out without y'all fighting me? And I have to sneak in your house. Thank you. Thank you for the kisses. Okay, thank you for the kiss. Thank you for the kisses. All right, let me in. Well, look, I'll let them move away. I don't like fighting them when I'm wearing flip-flops. Okay, so I did all that work for the mulberry tree. And I threw out the tarp. And I went out. And there was like just these random little mulberries, not very many. And I was like, what's going on with the mulberries? So the next day I went out. I meant to show y'all that, and I kept forgetting to come out with my phone. So I went out the next day. I came out earlier than normal, and I thought, well, I'm gonna go out and check the mulberries. And I thought I may take my rake out and just go ahead and put it up in a limb and shake it. There was hardly no mulberries left on the tree. They had done their falling. And all inside, that's why I said I want to clip these chickens' wings. Guineas and chickens were inside that eating my mulberries off that tarp. I was so mad. I was like, you little SH. Ate all my mulberries to make jelly with. It's very, very disappointing. If they would, well, the little ones have moved away and the big ones don't fight me as bad. Thank you for licking my leg. Thank you for licking my leg. Come on, honey, hurry up. Come on, honey. Honey, come on. I'm gonna throw some feed out for them real quick so they'll leave me alone. Ow. Okay, Bilbo, stop it. He didn't hit me. He hit this little one behind me and it shoved him into my back of my leg. All right, let me feed them real quick so they'll leave me alone and I'm gonna show y'all something. Isn't it pretty? That blue. I don't know if y'all can see it because of the sun. It's a really pretty blue. Okay, so you can't see it. Literally, you cannot see this. But this is where it's low. It's sort of this natural dip, I guess. See, water in, I don't know, can y'all see that? Water in the grass? I don't know if you can see it. This is all wet. My feet are just walking in wet. And then look, wet. So this natural dip right here. It's just a natural dip. And it comes down. And then here it pools a little bit right here. Okay? Pools a little right here. But it keeps going. The dip keeps feeding through here. Look at this. Water. Look at her. Water. Okay, so the little dip is just going off under that fence, right? It was funny because when we come up the driveways, when I seen it, I was bringing Mom home when we went to town. When we were coming home. I didn't even notice it this morning going up to get her. Probably because I was running late. She's having such a good time. Honey! Honey boo-boo! Look at you, honey boo-boo! You having a good time? Nope, there goes... What a cat! Okay, so that dip is right over here. Trying to show y'all. So it dips and it goes down. Okay, so that water, and it just sort of goes that way. I'm not gonna go through the fence. Well, crud, I'll go through the fence. I'll go through the gate. Come on, honey. I need to get Daniel to come brush hog this field. Can't do it now because it's rained and it's going to be wet in places. but it really does need to be brush hogged. It makes everybody nervous. Everybody gets on like high alert when things happen. I'll tell you about it in just a second, but because we're all on high alert. Lester's starting to close his gate again. I've got a gate at the road. I may start closing it at night. I make sure I take the keys in. I never leave my keys in the car. I have been known to leave my purse in the car. I haven't done that really since this neighborhood is across the street. Sometimes I leave it in there during the day. Like I get out with groceries and I leave my purse sitting there in the seat. But before night comes and I go to bed, I go out and get my purse. But this is what I want to show y'all right here. So that little dip, all the way from my pond, that low spot just sort of, what's that word, meanders? It meanders through this field. And I don't know if y'all can see, it goes under the driveway here at going up Mom and Dad's. It goes under the driveway. There's a culvert. It comes out the other side, goes off into them woods. Mom and Dad's property line. It's really hard to see the fence up in there. It's grown up so thick, but there is a barbed wire fence that runs right there, and it goes all the way up past Mom and Dad's house up to their back. So this meanders through, comes under the culvert, goes out this way. What color is that water, guys? Can you see that water? All of my color from my pond. My pond is still blue, but I'm just saying all of that rained and filtered out of my pond and came this way. It's the prettiest little blue patch of water meandering down through their field. Yeah, even back in there, it's trickling through those rocks. It looks so pretty, doesn't it? Like a little creek. Yeah, I guess it is like a little creek. Just as pretty and blue. Anyway, I'm not going to go on up there. Well, I'm going to go up and tell Daddy. I said, I'm going to tell him he stole my blue dye. Yeah, get up there and tell him that real quick. Hold on one second. Look at him. He's not doing a daggum thing. Nothing. Just lazy. You're just lazy. What are we gonna do about you taking on my pond dye? Do you see how pretty it looked coming out across your pasture? Yeah, and it's what's sad is for nobody's benefit at all. It went under the culvert and is going off through them woods. This is pretty and blue. Mom, you didn't notice it when we came home? I'm gonna turn it off. So I thought she would stop in the field when she went running by. I thought she would play out there in the field till I come back, but she followed me, Candy, all the way to Mom and Dad's. And I was sitting on the porch, and I said, "What's that crying? You got a baby cat or cat crying?" Not a baby, just a cat crying. Mom goes, "It came with you." And I said, "She came all the way up." I didn't even pay attention. She was behind me, I guess. Honey, I'm coming. Let's go. Anyway, Dad said she's out there underneath my truck. Well, Bandit and Heidi both heard her and took off out there. She whipped up on both of them. And she didn't hang. She went back after she whipped them. She went and got in the tree and waited for me to come back down the driveway. But she got them both. Heidi was in shock. Dustin came up with the babies and he said, "That's so funny. It looks like Heidi's hiding behind the pole watching the cat." Can't believe she followed me all this way. I really did think that she stopped up here in the grass and was just out here. Come on, honey. Anyway, what I was gonna say earlier about being on high alert. So this property right here beside us is sold. Now, it sold a while back. It was up for sale a few years ago after Harvey. I don't remember how long it sat on the market. They wanted a lot of money for it, more than what any of us have. And somebody finally bought it, and they built these big I'm going to show if y'all can see them through the trees up here. Big, gigantic greenhouses. And they didn't plan to live here. It was a husband and his wife. They were young, fairly young. I think they had some young kids. But he wanted to grow his own hops. I guess he sold the hops, like to make beer. There's the top of it right there. It's in 2 sections. Like, I can't get high enough, but they're gigantic. And at night, sometimes you'd hear those big fans. Whoo, whoo, just like, circulating the air, I guess, in there. They're just gigantic. I don't want to go all the way to the road, but I guess I done passed the... Where's Honey? Honey! Ugh. But you can see that white through the trees. It's gigantic all the way down. I don't know how long it is, probably 100 foot long. See, that's not sky through them trees. That's a building, a white, like that plastic, looks like metal, looks like tin, it's corrugated. I think I can hear the blower in there now. I can hear a humming. Okay, so anyway, he had that for a couple of years. I don't know. I don't know what circumstances were with, when I didn't do well or what. I don't know, but they sold it. So you can sort of see them. Oh, you can't see anything through there. Anyway, so they sold it. Put it up for sale. Steph, my daughter-in-law, was selling it for them. Also, right on the other side of it is another piece of property. All this, honestly, was Morrow property at one time. All of this, through these trees, that property, and all the way to the curve down there, belonged to the other 2 uncles, Daddy's uncles, that they sold off. So it's not Morrow land anymore. But anyway, they put it up for sale. The hop stuff didn't work out too well, I guess. I don't know. Put it up for sale. So just recently, some other people bought it. Now, Steph said when they came out, she was under the impression that it was a mother, an older lady, buying it for her. I don't remember if Steph said son and daughter-in-law or daughter and son-in-law. But they were wanting to get out of the city, and he wanted a place that he could have a garden. Okay, a garden. You can have an acre of land anywhere and have a garden. I don't remember how many acres this is. I'm going to go on down here so you can see the front of it. You see them back there? It's 2. Let me get in the middle. It's very snaky out here. It's very... Hold on! Here they are. 2 big, gigantic greenhouses. Okay, now there's some stakes out there now. I don't know if those stakes are where they're going to put a house or what. Okay, so there was an RV. They had an RV here. See that tall, those whatever those things are right there? Okay, there was an RV parked right there. Actually, there was a white trailer there too, and it's gone now. Jeez. Honey, come on. Get off the street. I wonder if somebody stole that too, or they come and got it. That's what happened. Somebody stole their RV and a couple other things they had there. A mower, an RV. Steph sent pictures. They sent her pictures of what was taken in case any of us see it anywhere. But they hadn't moved in yet. They hadn't built their house yet. They brought an RV in there, so when they're here, they'd have a place to stay when they come down to work or whatever. And we sort of know what night they took it. I don't know when they realized it was gone, but the night that I know it was taken was because I had watched a movie at Mom and Dad's that night. And it was almost 10 o'clock, I think, when me and Levi come down the driveway. And even though there's a lot of grass there, trees and bushes and brush, through the fence line there, through that brush, I could see the tail lights on the RV all lit up. And I thought they were there. I mean, I don't know them. Honey, come on. Car coming. I hear it. I don't know who they are, so, you know, I just assumed they were there. The owners. But as it turned out, that's the night that somebody stole it. So, you know, it's sad. Honestly, we've never had stuff like that happen in Plum Grove all that often. And now it's getting, you know, you can't say it's people across the street. I'd never want to say that, but we've just never had stuff like that. I know it wasn't that long ago that somebody said somebody stopped down here at a stop sign, and then they got out and tried to get the guy's truck behind them. Like, you know, that's the kind of stuff that's happening now out here that we didn't normally have. Now, that wasn't in Plum Grove. That happened in that neighborhood and down in there somewhere. But, you know, a truck pulled up to the stop sign. There was a truck in front of him at the stop sign. And while he was, you know, waiting for them to go on through the stop sign, they jumped out. And I don't know if he was able, I can't remember the details. Did he get away or did he give them his truck? I don't know. But that kind of stuff, that was just never something that happened here. I think I still got this on zoom in. I did, I'm sorry. Anyway. All right, still got to get that done. I just told Dad I got a duck house I got to work on. Whew. So that is why everybody's a little bit on high alert around here right now, is because of that over there. Now, granted, no one lives there. They evidently didn't have any cameras there. But, it's scary. So I know Lester and Jamie have been locking their gate at the end of the driveway at night. And, I guess I have a gate at the end of my driveway too. I guess I'm going to have to start locking it up also, just to, just a little bit of being able to deter someone from coming up in here. All right, I'm going to shut this off, and I got a couple of boxes. Daddy said there was one down there at his house, and I forgot to get it when I just left there. But I'm going to let Levi open a few things. I think there's something right here. I don't think, oh, this might be something I ordered. I ordered Chia a new Seresto collar. That's probably what's in this box. But there's a package at Dad's that says for Kim and Levi, and then I've got a couple of things that came yesterday that were not things I ordered. So I knew I hadn't ordered anything, so I know they're from somebody else. So I'm going to get in there and do that in a few minutes, but right now I'm going to go check my babies. I didn't check them a while ago. I went through the field, and anyway, we'll see y'all in a little bit. Love y'all.